The other day my trusty microwave bulb decided to die, so we don't have a light in here now, which is a shame. It's in behind the grill, and as you can see there's no way to get to it from the inside. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to remove the cover. It's a shame there isn't any side covers at all, so let's unplug. Ideally you should do that way before you start this. But yeah, we've got 2 screws here, 2 on the other side of course, and then we've got 4 on the back. Yeah, 4 on the back. But as you can see, this one here on that corner and one on this corner are security bit screws, as opposed to normal posi-drive Phillips. So what we're going to have to do is use a security bit set, and I've obtained this for about £3. Probably not the best of qualities, but I'm only going to use it every so often, so this hopefully should do the job. Let's get this out. Get off. And as you can see, we've got a nice range of bits here, so I'm hoping one of these will fit. So let's get to it and open this up. I mean, you can almost tell the quality immediately of these. You can see a lot of the holes are actually off-center, which sadly is a common thing for a lot of these cheap tools. I could have bought a Draper set for £8. I've chosen to go for the £3 dodgy Sabre branded, but you can see in particular these here, they're off-centered, not by a huge amount. I'm hoping it's not going to impede the progress, but yeah, you can see that's it's definitely off-center, so we'll have to be careful with those. But I'm just going to use a normal bit, screwdriver end, to remove the screws. Let's get to it. So that fits in fine, so let's get you in there. There we go. So as you can see there, we don't need a huge amount of force, thankfully. So that's that one, and we'll do this one as well. So I'm going to get those both done. I'm going to use 2 hands on that one just to make sure I don't do any slipping. Let's get this one out. Obviously bearing in mind that this is going to have to be pressed in again because it's slightly spring loaded. But anyway, there's the bit. So you can see there it is. If you'll focus, there we go. It's a star drive with a little point in the middle, so you obviously need one of these to get to it. Anyway, let's get all the screws off now because the rest are going to be Phillips. All screws are removed, so 2 on the side, 2 on the other side of course, 2 in here, and then we had the security bit ones at the bottom corners, and then we had the regular posi-drive Phillips up here as well. So as you can see now, the case should be loose, and indeed it's coming off. There we go. So this is the gubbing, so let's just get this off. Boom. Okay. So here we go. Here's the internals. So a nice beefy transformer, electrical board, power in, etc. You can see there's some beefy heat sinks and plates going on here. And the bulb itself is in here, which is interesting because I was rather hoping I could get access to that nice and easily. I still might be able. Oh yeah. So it looks like you need to loosen this screw here, which will then loosen the full assembly at the top. And then as you can see, the bulb is just in there, just in the middle there. And then I can unscrew that, find out what it is, and get a replacement for it. So that's the plan. So let's have a go at that. Okay, so not as easy as I'd hoped. There doesn't seem to be any mechanism to release the bulb easily. I thought it was this screw. It isn't. That doesn't really do anything apart from holding the metal shield there on. So it looks like, annoyingly, I'm going to have to bend these back, probably just one of them, which will loosen this up, which is the bulb holder, and that should free it up and give me access then. I still might have to remove this, but yeah, okay, let's give that a go. And I'll probably unplug those as well. Well, that was really soft metal, so as you can see, bent those up, just bent that one back there, and that gives me access to the bulb. There we go, and there is one bulb. Looks a bit of a sorry state. It almost looks like it had sellotape around it, which is a bit random. So I'm surprised that's, well, it has melted, so I'm not surprised. Interestingly, it's quite loose as well, actually, so I'm just going to tighten that up and just see what happens. Okay, well, that's interesting. Obviously be very careful if you do this, but I've powered it back up again, and very interestingly, if we now open the door, the bulb comes on. So the bulb was not actually a fault. What's happened is it's worked its way loose, probably through vibrations, I guess. That's what the sellotape was doing on there. So it's working fine, so I'm just going to screw it in tightly-ish. I'm not going to get crazy, and I'm not going to put sellotape back on there again in case it just melts. If this happens again, I'll just have to open it and screw it back up again. But yeah, it's working, so I don't have to buy a new bulb. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice little quick fix. And yeah, I'll just put it back together now, and job is good. Nice big beefy fan at the back to cool everything down. Yeah, quite interesting. So yeah, interesting that it's worked its way loose, but annoying that that's a feature that happens. But there we go. So let's put it back together, and then it's job done. While I'm here, I might as well make a note of it, just to see what it is. 240 volts, obviously 20 watts. It's got G1 on there. Yeah, okay. Yep, so I'll put this back in. I'll give it a bit of a wipe as well, so there's no grease on there, etc., which might shorten it, shorten the lifespan. But yeah, nice little quick job. Mounting back in place, and I've pressed them down with at the end of a rubber screwdriver, so they're nice and tight now, and hopefully no vibrations there. Screws in nice and tight on the bulb. So yeah, let's put it back together now. As they say in the Haynes manuals, putting it back is the reversal of the removal instructions. On my model, I had to make sure that there's a lip just on the inside of here, along the sides, along the top, along that side. You need to get those in first, so I had to press this down, and there's like a little lip which locks into the inside of the chassis, so I had to push that in first, and then I had to fold these wings in as well. And then once they're in, as you can see, they hold pretty well, so you need to kind of slot those in first. And you can see there's a bit of tension because the back there is kind of sitting out a little bit, but that's fine. That's how it was as soon as the screws are off. So long as you've got the front, top and the sides in, you can then just screw everything back in again. It'll be relevant to yours, but you can see this one here, actually just there's a lip inside the metal casing's got a lip, and that fits onto a lip on here, onto the chassis. So as you can see, even without any screws, that's nice and secure in there. So you need to get those in first before you put the side screws on and the back screws. But you can see here, it's nice and flush now, nice and tight. So if you don't do that first, you're going to have problems getting the screws. Last screw to go in. You don't need to go mentally tight on these because I think they're only just self-tappers, so if you start going in too much, you're just going to strip the hole on the frame. So just get them up nice and just nip them up, give a little twist there, and that's the last one done. So both security screws are back in, and all the backs are down on the sides. So really, that's done pretty well, even though it's you know, a bit of a cheapy. Hopefully I'm not going to use it very often, and it doesn't seem to have caused any damage to the screws or the actual bit itself, even though it's off center. Yeah, that's quite good. So let's go and switch it on and see if the bulb's still working. Moment of truth. Microwave is back in its little position. Let's see. Yes. So the bulb lives another day or another 5 years or whatever this one is. So that saved me having to buy that one. I'll have a look out for that bulb though, at least I know what I need now, so in future if it goes I can just quickly order it and I know how to fix it. Of course, next time it might have unscrewed itself again. Still works as well. So I'd call that a Brucey bonus. Job done.